Receive my greetings and welcome to the Public Sector Governance, Policy and Administration Learning Session. Today we are going to study the key roles of the state in development. And therefore, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the key roles of the state in development. And the role of the state in development is sometimes complex and often a debated topic with different perspectives depending on economic theories, depending on different ideologies. So in this lesson, we'll explore some of the key roles of the state in development, starting with creating an enabling environment. The role of the state is to create an enabling environment. One, creating an enabling environment. It is the role of the state to create an enabling environment. The state plays a crucial role in establishing the legal and regulatory framework that underpin a functioning market economy. It is the role of the state to put in place laws, regulations, rules that can enable the citizens to do business. And that includes property rights protection, The state should ensure there is secure ownership of assets and resources of the citizens. Property rights protection. 2 is contract enforcement. Contract enforcement. That means providing a reliable legal system for resolving disputes and enforcing contracts. It is the role of the state to ensure that individuals can enter into contracts, and those who do not honor contracts can be forced or they can be made to honor their obligations under contracts. That is the role of the state. That is one way to create an enabling environment. Contract enforcement. Another way of creating an enabling environment is by regulating the market. Market regulation. Market regulation. And that may involve preventing monopolies, ensuring that there is fair competition, and also protecting consumers. That's why the government has enacted laws to protect consumers. The government has enacted laws to ensure there is fair competition and also prevention of monopolies. Regulating of the market. These are 3 ways. There are more ways, but these are just 3 of the ways in which the government can create an enabling environment for the purposes of development. The second role is provision of public goods and services. Providing public goods and public services. The state is responsible for providing essential services and goods that are often underprovided by the private sector due to their non-excludable and non-rivalrous nature. And that includes provision of infrastructure, building and maintaining roads, bridges, ports, airports, and other critical infrastructure. 2. Provision of education, providing education. That is to say, providing access to quality education and training in order to develop human capital. Another essential service is health care. Healthcare, ensuring access to affordable healthcare services for all the citizens. That is one way in which the government can provide public goods and services. Public safety. Public safety, number 3, is also a public service. That means maintaining law and order, protecting citizens from crime, and protecting citizens from violence. Provision of public safety. So that is number 2. Then number 3, the third role of the state in development is promoting economic growth and stability. Promoting economic growth and economic stability. Promoting, it is the role of the government to promote economic growth and economic stability. The state can use various policy instruments to stimulate economic growth and maintain stability, such as fiscal policy. Fiscal policy. That means using government spending and taxation to influence aggregate demand and manage the economy. Fiscal policy is a tool that the government can use to promote economic growth and stability. 2. Monetary policy. The government can use monetary policy to promote economic growth, and that can be done by managing interest rates, by managing money supply, and also the inflation, in order to control inflation and also promote price stability. So the government can use monetary policy to manage interest rates and money supply in order to control inflation and promote price stability. 3. Industrial policy. Industrial policy, that is to say, targeting specific sectors for support and development. The government can target specific sectors for the purposes of developing the sectors and ensuring that the sectors are supported. So these are 3 ways in which the government can promote economic growth and stability. These are roles of the state in development. 4. Redistribution of income and wealth. Redistribution of income and wealth. Now the state can implement policies to reduce inequalities and provide social safety nets for vulnerable populations, and that can involve progressive taxation. That can be done through progressive taxation. Progressive taxation. That is to say, taxing high income earners at high rates and taxing low income earners at low rates. That is a progressive tax system which can be used to redistribute income and wealth. That means the wealth of the rich individuals can be taxed and then redistributed to other members of the society. Progressive taxation. Then number 2, we have social welfare programs. Social welfare programs. That involves social welfare programs involve providing income support or healthcare or housing and other assistance to the needy citizens. All right? The government can, as I said, tax those with high income at high tax rates. Then such amount can be used to run these social welfare programs. You understand? Social welfare programs. Another way to redistribute income and wealth is through what we call labor market regulations. Labor market regulations. That means protecting workers' rights and ensuring fair wages. Protecting the workers' rights and to ensure that they have fair compensation. Candidates were discussing the key roles of the state in development. It is the role of the state to redistribute income and wealth. Another role is to protect the environment. Protect the environment. 5, protecting the environment. It is the role of the state to protect the environment. All right? The state has a critical role regarding the environment and promoting sustainable development, and that would include environmental regulations, That means enforcing pollution controls, promoting clean energy, and so on. 2, conservation efforts. The government can protect the environment through conservation efforts. That means protecting natural resources, protecting ecosystems, protecting biodiversity, conserving of efforts. Another way is through climate change mitigation. The state can protect the environment through climate change mitigation. That means reducing greenhouse gas emissions and adapting to the impacts of climate change. Adapting to the impacts of climate change. So these are the roles of the state in development. We've categorized the roles into 5, beginning with creating an enabling environment. The government has a role to create an enabling environment, and it does that by protecting property rights. 1, enforcing contracts and agreements. 2, through regulation of markets. Then the second category of roles of the government or the state in development is providing public goods and services, providing public goods and services. That would include infrastructure, education, healthcare, public safety. 3, promoting economic growth and stability. Economic growth and stability through fiscal policy, monetary policy, industrial policy. 4, the distribution of income and wealth. The distribution of income and wealth through progressive taxation, social welfare programs, labor market regulations. Then lastly, the government has a role to protect the environment by developing environmental regulations and laws, conservation efforts, climate change mitigation. That is the end of the lesson. Assignment 1. What are the historical examples of successful state-led development strategies, and what lessons can be drawn from these experiences for contemporary developing countries? 2. How has the understanding of states' role in development evolved over time, from early interventionist approaches to the current emphasis on market-friendly policies? 3. What are the key challenges facing developing countries in designing and implementing effective state-led development strategies, particularly in the context of globalization and limited resources? 4. What are the potential risks and benefits of an active state role promoting industrialization, infrastructure development, and social welfare programs? I repeat the last question. What are the potential risks and benefits of an active state role in promoting industrialization, infrastructure development, and social welfare programs? Bye.